So I just got off the phone with the roofing contractor and he's spending over $4,000 a month on HomeAdvisor. That's just HomeAdvisor. We're not even talking about other lead sources. I asked him, how many leads that he's getting per month from that. And he said about 10 to 12, and it's only turning into maybe 1 or 2 jobs. So then I asked him, well, how long have you been paying HomeAdvisor, this rate, 4 to 5K? He said about the last 3 years. So when you do the math, you're talking about almost, 140, 150 grand that he's spent on leads that he doesn't even own. So I asked him, I said, okay, if you were to sell your business tomorrow, what happens to that lead source? He didn't know what to say, right? Instead, here's what that $144,000 could have got him. We could have built him a website and a lead system that will generate probably 20 to 30 leads organically every month in that time frame. We could have got him a Google Map ranking that will put him in front of customers that are using these relevant search terms for his service and his area. He would have also got a CR system that'll track everything and automatically follow up with leads so nothing slips through the cracks. Likely, he would have a customer database of over 500 different clients and email lists that he could continue to market to. Plus, he would have a business asset probably worth $300,000 to $500,000 that would go with his business if he decides to exit or sell at any point. Look, I'm not here to bash HomeAdvisor or any of these third-party lead sources. They all work, they're all effective. But whenever you're renting your leads and you're not owning them, that's the issue. Because at that point, you're not building equity, you're basically growing someone else's business and you're renting someone else's system. The contractors who scale to 7 figures plus, they all do the same thing. They generate their own leads instead of just relying on renting them. One client I worked with, we got him to rank #1 in the map pack in 6 days. Another client I worked with generated 30 leads organically with 0 ad spend. Another roofer I worked with, he's got a full automated follow-up system now, and he literally can book jobs without ever lifting a finger. The only difference here is that these contractors, they own their lead system and they don't rely on someone else to generate their business. So here's what nobody really tells you about the transition. It takes about 60 to 90 days to implement. It definitely requires an upfront investment. This is not free. It starts at about $7,500 and ranges all the way up to $40,000. Of course, this depends on your business needs and the scope of everything. It also demands that you do a little legwork and that you actually learn the system and use it. But once everything's built, you own it. It's your asset. You own the leads. The math is brutal. You could continue to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per year, on these lead sources, or you could take that back in your own hands, do it in-house and generate your own leads. So if you've been in business for a couple years, you're spending a couple $1,000s a month on these different lead sources, this system was built exactly for you. So if you want to fire your lead gen service and start taking things back in your own hands, just simply send me a DM or reach out to me and we'll see if we're a good fit.